I'm really truly self-taught, right?
Right.
Like, but a lot of people say they self-taught, but ma'am, you're not, because you went to YouTube, you watched somebody do it.
Mhm.
Whereas the nail techs in the 90s, we just had to figure it out. We had to figure out that liquid to bar ratio on our own.
Mhm.
Okay. So the education now that they have is amazing to me, because you can always learn something. You can learn something from TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Now you have nail technicians who are mastering nail technology and traveling around the country
Right.
and doing it and having nail classes.
Mhm.
Even, excuse me, even I've done workshops. So I feel like
Mhm.
the new age nail technicians have I have better experiences when it comes to education and really furthering out your knowledge.
Polish in my hand, I'm ready to create each nail a masterpiece. I can hardly wait. Soft pastels or vibrant hues, each tells a tale in their artistry of nails. Nothing ever fails. With each swirl and twirl, let the magic begin in this kingdom of gloss. There's no end to the wind. Gloss on my fingertips, watch them shine bright. Painted like a canvas, colors taking flight. Feeling fierce and fabulous, I'm ready to ignite. Slaying the nail game every single night. Nails and beauty talk with Asia the Bird. Nails and beauty talk with Asia the Bird.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nails and Beauty Talk. I am your host, Asia the Bird. Today, we have a very special guest with us today. She is the owner and founder of Got Nails University. Please welcome Audrey Jefferson. Hello, Audrey, and how are you?
I am awesome. Thank you so much for asking. And yourself?
I am doing well. I'm doing absolutely well. Thank you so much. I want to go ahead and get started by asking, like, where you're originally from, and tell us a little about your upbringing.
Okay. Well, I'm originally from Nashville,
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee. Cashville, as they say, Cashville. But yeah, so I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. My upbringing. So I had a disciplined but very loving upbringing. My father, we call him Sarge.
Mm-hmm.
He is a sergeant. He was a sergeant in the Army, HPD, the sheriff's department.
Mm-hmm.
So you can imagine the type of discipline that I got from him.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mom, she's just super loving, super supportive,
Right.
super just an amazing person in general, human being. She was so encouraging to me, very loving to me. She was my first paid client.
Right.
Like, to this day, if I do my mom's nails, she's going to pay me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I really had uh, it was balanced out to me, because even though Sarge was a very hard disciplinarian,
Right.
he was actually the first person to take me to a cosmetology school.
Mm.
His girlfriend owned a cosmetology school in Houston. I used to come to Houston in the summertime,
Mm-hmm.
because of the joint custody. Last day of school in Nashville, I'll jump on a plane, or my mom would drive me to Houston. And one of his girlfriends had a cosmetology school, and she would allow me to come up there and sit, paint nails, do the three strokes. And that's not necessarily how it started. However, I wanted to say that even though my dad was a strong disciplinarian,
Mm-hmm.
he still took me to a place that developed me in nail technology today. So
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate him for that. And that was probably about 11, 12, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I want to get into as far as your school experience. So, what was like your experience during school, like grade school, college, beauty school, nail school, things like that?
Well, honestly, in school, I didn't feel too valued or seen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's because of the environment of Nashville, or guess what? I probably look. I take Adderall now. I probably had ADHD.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
Yeah, yeah.
and back 30 years ago, that wasn't a thing.
Right.
Um, so I feel as though I wasn't seen enough to be developed to take my mindset to another level,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I was extremely bored, talked a lot, and I just wasn't really disciplined enough to really learn and grasp what I was getting. So honestly, at 18, on my 18th birthday, I dropped out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
I was already doing nails,
Mm-hmm.
of course, under the table illegally. So get your license. So I was doing nails illegally probably from the age of 15, 16. So by the time I was 18, I had a very, very lucrative clientele.
Mm-hmm.
It was no, in my opinion, at that moment, it didn't, school didn't really matter much.
Right.
Because I was already making, and imagine this is 1994, 95, 18 years old. I'm making about 5,000 a month.
Wow.
I bought my own Mustang. I had a
Oh wow.
95 red Mustang in
Woo!
95.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
18 years old. Like, why would I come here? I'm doing my teacher's nails.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, I need to leave because isn't your appointment at 3:30?
Mm-hmm.
I see you at the shop in about 30 minutes. So um at 18, I just felt like that was the thing to do and it made sense at that time. Now, however, at now I'm 48.
Mm-hmm.
This is 30 years later.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't suggest dropping out of school at all.
Mm-hmm.
Um at all, period.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But that goes back to my mom is so loving, y'all. Like, she's like, well, you can go get your GED. You can do this, and she's right. I did go get my GED in my 30s or what have you. But I wouldn't recommend, because I really wish I went to college and stuff like that, especially with what I'm doing today,
Mm-hmm.
with me being a business owner of a salon and business owner of this school. I wish I had more knowledge and tools that I probably would have gotten out of high school and
Mm-hmm.
college when it comes to business sense and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what were like your earliest memories as far as like nails? Was there anyone in your family in particular, or any friends that you knew that were in the nail and beauty industry?
Well, my first memory is my grandmother,
Mm-hmm.
which is this beautiful lady here. Y'all, wait, let me get it because y'all got to see. Miss Kitty.
That's
All right.
pretty.
So, my grandmother is my fondest memory of doing nails.
Mm-hmm.
So my grandmother used to get her nails, excuse me, my grandmother used to get her hair done at the beauty parlor.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to know this is like the 80s at this point.
Mm-hmm.
They call the beauty parlor and her and her friends go get their hair done. They get the little roller set and my grandmother got me some Lee press on nails and she was like, I started doing her nails and I would go to the hair salon with her and I would do their nails. I would go to, at that time was Sally's Beauty Supply,
Mm-hmm.
and go get some Lee press-ons. Lee press-ons has been, hey, press-ons ain't new, y'all. Press-ons is the oldest form of nails, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And my grandmother let me do her nails like at least literally every time she went and got her hair done.
Mm-hmm.
And I would do her friends, they gossiping about their husbands. And
All
you
right.
got me, this little girl, little Audrey, doing Lee press on nails. And guess what? They would never break. Like, they like this little girl doing these nails and dang near could give them a feel because that's how they're staying on and they're growing out and stuff like that. So my fondest memory and best memory is my grandmother. Like, She didn't teach me how to do nails, but she's like, here, come do my nails. You can do it. And next thing you know, and this was probably about 8,
Mm-hmm.
9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have anyone in the beauty industry. However, my god sister and my mentor at the time, which they were best friends,
Mm-hmm.
the mentor was a nail tech, and my god sister was a hairstylist,
Mm-hmm.
and they were so fly. They were rich. They were so fly, Asia, and I just was like, I want to be like
Right.
them. So that was I got to work at the hair salon, shampooing hair
Mm-hmm.
and booking the appointments for the nail tech. Her name is Angie Mitchell. She actually opened up the first nail salon in the airport in Nashville.
Wow.
Her name is Angela Mitchell. I don't know her name. I don't think she has an Instagram or whatever, but we need to know her name. The first one who opened up in Nashville, BNA, opened up a nail salon, and I was her assistant. And
Wow.
this was like, at this point, this probably was like 14, 15, 16.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm seeing the beauty industry. I'm seeing how they are making money. I'm seeing they're happy. They're happy too because they making money and they fly. They fly. You know, they got on Coogee. They
Mm-hmm.
got on Versace. And it was just motivating and inspiring to want to be like them when I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
And I am a little bit. I am.
I want to get into as far as your salon businesses. So you opened up 2 salons.
Hmm.
One is Got Nails Nailtique and Trust Thy Nail Tech Studios. So you've also
Hmm.
serviced celebrities such as Fantasia, Keisha Cole, and Kim Burrell. So first
Hmm.
off, so tell us a little about your 2 salon businesses.
So, okay, so God Nails Nailtique is my first salon. I opened that salon at 18 years old
Wow.
in Nashville, Tennessee. Actually, Old Hickory, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and being a salon owner at that time of 18, I really didn't grasp what level I was.
Mm-hmm.
I just needed a place to work,
Right. Mm-hmm.
right? I just
Yeah.
needed a place to work. I paid booth rental to
Mm-hmm.
other places before, and I happened to stumble upon this building, and the rent was inexpensive,
Right.
and it just made sense for me to open up the salon.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, Got Nails Nail Teak has been open. If we just go from Nashville to Houston, it's been open for over 25 years. Once I
Mm-hmm.
moved to Houston, I've been here about 22 years now. I worked at a couple of salons, and then boom, I reopened Got Nails Nail Teak here. Um, After a while, I ended up, let's say, about 3 to 4 years ago, one of my clients, she wanted to, I was ready to close my salon because now I'm about to start the school,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't want to be um overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I I've been wanting to be a business owner. Could I invest in you and be your business partner?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, let me think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought about it, and that's how we ended up opening Trust Thy Nail Tech Studios,
Mm-hmm.
which is now suites.
Mm-hmm.
So not just nail techs are there. We have barbers.
Wow.
We have it's a place where my graduates get to work.
Mm-hmm.
I have like inexpensive booth rental for them, $50 a week. That's nothing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And also commission, but I opened up the salon so they could have a place to work.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter, Grace, Nails Done with Grace, she's 22. She works over there as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just a great opportunity for me to open up another business, and I really opened it, like I said, was the main focus was for my graduates to have somewhere to work after they graduate. So we wanted to have job placement.
Mm. Right.
Um, but what ended up happening is, guess what everybody want right now? Sweets.
Mm.
So I'm
Mm.
like, no one wanted to come. No one was working. I'm like, why ain't nobody coming? Because duh, it's sweets, and you have to go with the times. You
Mm.
have to switch it up. So I opened up suites, and guess what? Now we got 2 graduates over there,
Mm.
and like I said, a
Wow.
barber. We have a braider.
Mm.
So yeah, that's how we got Trust Our Nail Tech Studios.
Mm. I want to ask you about your, experience working with celebrities. So, what has been your experiences working with like celebrities such as like, Fantasia, Keisha Cole, Kim Burrell, and things of that nature?
Okay, so I actually had an amazing experience with celebrities. I used to have I worked at this. Y'all can come in. You can come in and clock out. So I had a mentor, and she worked with all the celebrities,
Hmm.
and I worked at her salon.
Hmm.
And she told me, well, bye, baby. Y'all have a great day. See you tomorrow. Well, it's tomorrow. What's today? Wednesday?
Yes,
Yes.
Wednesday.
Okay. Yeah. See you tomorrow. Um, so she told me, she was like, look, when you do celebrities, you don't get paid. They're going to just promote you, give you this is social media stuff.
Hmm.
You take a picture with them. And I was like, okay. But my experience was actually different. I've done like A-listers, like you said, Keisha Cole, Kim Burrell, Fantasia. Um, and all of them, Kim Burrell she lived in Houston.
Mm.
So she was my client. She came every 3 weeks.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I didn't charge her $1 million because she was a client. Like she came, like that was my girl. Keisha Cole was actually the first client to pay me. I mean, first celebrity to pay me.
Hmm.
I was doing like love and hip hop stars, and honestly, I honestly can't even remember half of their names because I'm not a love and hip hop. Marlene, close that door for me, baby. I'm not really like a love and hip hop watcher, so I can't.
Mm. Right. Yeah.
I remember doing Erica Mina pedicure and stuff like
Hmm.
that, and um, yeah, I can't really remember all of them, but they never paid me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Tierra Marie, she didn't pay me. And I was kind of distraught. Like, damn, they don't even tip. Wow, that's what's up.
Mm.
So when I did Keisha Cole's nails, she lived in Houston for a while because she was married to Booby, the basketball dude.
Hmm.
So boom, I go do her nails. I bring her candles. I'm just trying to bring this ambiance, and I do her nails. She loves her nails, and I'm cleaning up, and I'm like, thank you so much. Now, I'm the type, I don't like taking pictures with people. Like, I think it's weird. Now,
Hmm.
I wish I was more the type of person like, can I take a picture with you? We're talking about
Yeah.
celebrities.
Right.
But I'm like, they may not want to take a picture. So I didn't take a picture or anything. Um, I just was happy to be in her presence, right? I got to meet her mom. I got to meet her son. So I was just excited that I was even in that atmosphere.
Hmm.
Leave out, go to my car, phone ring. I'm like, hello. And this Keisha Cole.
Mm.
She say, you're not gonna get paid for your nails for your service? And I was like, uh yeah, yes, ma'am. And she said, well, how much do you charge? And now I didn't know. Why? Because the lady said don't charge. So I said, well, I thought about it. I said, 150 an hour. She said, okay, cool. Came down, had her people come down to the valet because I was at a hotel. And she gave me my first business check. It was a big check. If you got a business, you know about them big checks, baby. And she gave me like $500.
Wow.
I almost fell out. I was
Wow. That's
like,
incredible.
and she was like, you have a daughter. you have, she real, like, you have kids. Don't be doing nobody, for free and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Keisha Cole was actually the first celebrity to help me distinguish how much I get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that was my price list, 150 an hour. From that point, when it came to me, not just celebrities, but me going to you.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just a celebrity price. If you wanted me to come to your house, then guess what? It's 150 an hour. And it went from there. So Fantasia, I loved her. She's a praying sister. Loved every minute of doing her nails. She's just really an amazing person. Every celebrity I've done is truly amazing. And like I said, Kim Burrell, Reverend Kim Burrell, she was my client for real. Like, I did her nails every 3 weeks. She had a standing appointment. She actually moved from Houston, so I don't do her nails anymore. But however, we still converse, like, on social media. She'll give me a call, pray for me. Like, I really have been really blessed when it came to being a celebrity stylist, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Really blessed.
Yeah, I feel like, it's very interesting of how you talk about this story about like pricing, because, when you're taught a certain way, you're so used to that certain way. Like, how you were taught to not like charge your services. But over time
Mhm.
now, like, people are really starting to understand or learning that it's okay to charge what you're worth, and you should.
You should. You definitely should. And it's been times that I done left places and didn't feel valued, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they didn't even say, it's been plenty of times I done and I'm gonna call them B list, C
Right.
list, D list celebrities. Let's be clear,
Mm-hmm.
right? They didn't post about me. They didn't, but they would call when they was in Houston to get their nails done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what?
Right.
They didn't say, let's take a picture. I really love my nails. I'm just not that, I wasn't that forthcoming as I should have been at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, like, but those real celebrities, the ones who's getting Grammys, no, look, what they say, no shade, they gonna take care of you,
Mm-hmm.
because they know what it is. They know no one's going to give you exceptional service unless you get paid. Because guess what, the next time you call me, this certain person, guess what, I'm booked.
Mm-hmm.
Coco, you're not gonna come, you can come to my salon and I'll do you after my clients.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that's really what happened with me and Keisha. Keisha wanted to get her nails done. I told her I'm booked for the day. This is me talking to Keisha Cole. Would it be okay if I come after my clients? And she was like, I ain't never heard that before. Yeah, you must be cold for you to tell me to wait till after you finish your clients. Yeah, I'm gonna wait on you. And that's how that um relationship grew,
Mm-hmm.
because I still put my regulars on, because guess what, my regulars is like, they don't care nothing about no Keisha Cole. They like, man, my appointment is at noon
Mm-hmm.
and I'm coming. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So I really, Keisha definitely blessed me with being able to be confident enough to say how much I charge. Because I think sometimes we're not confident enough because we're afraid, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she definitely put that key in my bag to be confident about my work and how much I charge.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, most definitely. So I want to get into your nail school called Got Nails University. So tell us about this
Okay.
nail school and how did it come about?
So I did a lot of classes. I've taught at Bronner Brother for about 5 years. I've taught at the premiere shows. I hosted workshops. I did one-on-ones. I did everything to really, the next step is being a school owner. And I didn't know how I was gonna do it. Honestly, I felt as though I wasn't smart enough. I didn't have enough education enough, because remember, I'm a high school dropout, and I was very, very insecure about whether this could be done. And I was just okay with doing one-on-one classes. Nail techs calling me from across the country asking me to help them. I was always eager to help. Never got paid, not because I wasn't asking, because I just thought that was the best thing to do, to help our community. And when I say our community, I do mean the African American nail technician community.
Mm-hmm.
We needed help, so we can all have the same level of expertise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're already being compared to other nail salons, non-standard salons. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So it was like I had to figure out what was my next step. So I went to instructor school. And I was like, I'm gonna go teach nails at cosmetology schools, because everyone knows who went to nail school. You know, you taught yourself how to do nails.
Mm-hmm.
You know it. It wasn't a nail instructor when you went to school. So I wanted to be that instructor in these cosmetology schools. So when I went to apply for my first school, they told me I didn't have any experience and they wasn't going to hire me. But I'm like, how am I going to get experience if a school doesn't hire me? But they also, because I'm not a college graduate either. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So they like, you don't have the college degree to be a teacher. You don't have experience.
Mm-hmm.
So that broke my heart. And then Texas took away the instructor license. Like, wow. So instructor license isn't even don't even have it anymore.
Mm.
So one day doing nails with my other client, and she was like, when are you going to open a school? And I'm like, I don't know. You got to have money. You got to have experience. You got to have this. And she was like, write me, not a blueprint, write me a business plan for a school. And I was like, okay, whatever. So boom, I go and I do a business plan. Not because I just thought it was a great idea, and also like I've never done it before. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
I go on Google, research business plan for cosmetology schools. I really got into it. Like, I'm gonna figure this out,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
At her next appointment, 3 weeks later, I was like, boom. I got the business plan that you told me to do. And
Right.
she was like, oh. So she didn't even look at it. And she said, that's all I wanted you to do. I want to invest in you. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
what? So, with that being said, my business partner is for this. Both of my business partners are my clients. So, my client, her name is Dr. Chioma. She invested in me, the finance part, because it's very expensive. This is not a fly by day thing. Like, you can definitely owning a salon is easy breezy
Mm-hmm.
compared to school ownership. And Dr. Chioma invested in me, and we have been open now for 4 years.
Wow.
100% passing rate.
Wow.
Um, no dropouts. None. We have no one has ever dropped out of the school, and everyone has passed the state board exam.
Wow.
So
That's great.
it's just really amazing has how God has really ordered my steps.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's the play. Like, I know this is one of those things that that it was God who allowed this to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any money. I just had experience. And it took Dr. Chioma to invest in me to let me know that this can really happen. So to God be the glory for Dr. Chioma and Stephanie for investing in me.
Yeah, that's absolutely wonderful. So I want to get into as far as challenges. Were there any challenges in regards to building your business?
Okay, so look, I got your questions and I wrote down. I had to write down some stuff, girl.
All right.
So I did have some challenges. And with me being a school owner and instructor as well,
Mm-hmm.
like, I really had to find my rhythm,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
Like, I had to find my rhythm with the students.
Mm-hmm.
I had to find my rhythm with other women.
Mm-hmm.
I had to find my rhythm, and please don't take this wrong, but I really had to find my rhythm, especially with my people. And I mean this from my heart.
Right.
Like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
mean this in no shape, form, or fashion negatively. But
Mm-hmm.
I had to find my rhythm, because, as African American women, Black women, sometimes we are very, very strong willed.
Mm-hmm.
We're very independent.
Mm-hmm.
We're very outspoken.
Mm-hmm.
And we can come off a certain way
Right.
to other Black women,
Mm-hmm.
and being a leader. I don't really like calling myself a boss, but however, being a leader, I wanted to figure out, how can I connect, how can I be more positive and engaging and supportive of another woman, a Black woman especially, without coming off acting like their mother,
Right.
without coming off being fly at the mouth,
Right.
and
Mm-hmm.
I had to find my rhythm a lot in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And I just didn't. I wanted to be positive, engaging, and supportive,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't want to be a pushover either.
Right.
You know where I'm coming
Mm-hmm.
from,
Yeah.
Asia?
Yeah.
Because sometimes, unfortunately, people will take your kindness for weakness.
Right.
And then, boom, now I'm Coco from out South Nashville, and I'm trying to take up for myself when really and truly, ma'am, you're in a position to where you have to give others grace, and you cannot be offended by a student or someone because you're not comprehending or understanding one another.
Mm-hmm.
You being the facilitator, you're the one who's going to have to come up and change your way so that you can be able to connect with the student.
Right.
And so that's what I had to do. Like, I'm still learning today,
Mm-hmm.
4 years later. I had some experiences that, um I've had some experiences, man. uh but I had to not get so upset
Mm-hmm.
about it because it was a learning
Right.
experience. And I had to learn from it to evolve to become a better instructor and also a better CEO, because I'm wearing two hats.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to figure out how to facilitate better. Now, what I did was I hired people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of times, especially, I want to say, I'm saying Black women, but we do everything. We can
Mm-hmm.
do everything. We're control freaks. I don't need nobody to do. I can do this by
Right.
myself.
Right.
I can do this. I don't need no help. I needed help.
Right.
I couldn't
Absolutely.
do it alone.
Yeah.
So I end up hiring some amazing instructors, and all of them, I hired all nail technicians, and it really, really took so much weight, heaviness off of me, and to where I could now really connect on a whole other level with my students, because I really, really love them, and they're a part of the dream. They're a part of my answered prayers.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to come off a certain way, like, and I'm saying me, but of course I know I'm saying me, y'all, but really it was them. But I'ma say me because
Right.
I'ma say me because at the end of the day, I'm the leader, and I have to make sure that I stay,
Yeah.
balanced.
Yeah. Level
But
headed. Yeah.
level-headed. So yeah,
Yeah.
so that was really just my challenge. It's really, like I said, just trying to find my rhythm as an instructor and as a CEO, working with other women.
Mm-hmm.
And this year has been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
um I see the change. I see the connection that I'm having with my students. I just had a student who did an exit review, and she said, I actually just seen Miss Audrey evolve right in front of me, because
Wow.
you have to keep changing,
Right.
and you have to be apologetic,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We don't know how to do that. Oh, my apologies. I really didn't mean to come off that way. This is really what I meant. Or,
Mm-hmm.
my apologies. I know I'm pushing you far. I know I am. However, I can see that you have so much potential. So don't take me as being hard on you. You know what I mean? So just her saying that in that exit review, it just let me know that, okay, Audrey, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. You're continuously learning, and you're going to get better by the moment, by the minute, not by the day. Like I'm getting better every moment. I'm getting better as a school owner and a CEO, as an instructor, as a mother, as a human, period. So
Mm,
that was really just my challenges as when I opened up this school.
mm. I want to get into as far as you guys offering nail services. So what are the nail services you offer at your nail school?
So we offer everything at God Nails
All
University,
right.
right? So I love my students. Oh my God. So I may, if I could later, I'm gonna walk through the school and show you some of the nails that my students have done. So my students are amazing. Like I love being a nail technician because one thing about being a nail technician, like you're born with it, right? Like for real. And if you have someone who can pull it out of you, you're gonna become a phenomenal, you're gonna become great
Right.
as a nail technician. So we offer all services under the umbrella of nail technology, from full sets, manicures, pedicures. We're also a Gel X, a Pray Gel X certified school. So we do Gel X as well. Everyone is like loving the services.
Mhm.
We actually have a clientele that come back to our
Mm,
students. And the best part that I really love about my student servicing is that we encourage that lady who comes in and book their appointment with you to keep booking their appointment with that same person,
right.
and we also encourage that they follow them after they graduate. So a lot of our students has started with their first or second client actually at God Niels University. And that's really, really amazing
That's really
because
good.
that I didn't get to have that at all in school.
Mhm.
So yeah, they definitely we love doing the services.
Yeah, absolutely, most definitely. So, coming from a nail educator and nail tech point of view, what are your thoughts about nail education and how it's evolved? Also, what are your thoughts about in terms of state board regulations where you live?
Okay, so that was a good question, Asia, to ask. So I'm glad you did. I really think that the education is amazing.
Hmm.
Me being a nail technician starting in the early '90s, we didn't have social media, we didn't have YouTube.
Hmm.
Like I'm really truly self-taught, right?
Right.
Like a lot of people say they self-taught, but ma'am, you're not, because you went to YouTube, you watched somebody do it.
Hmm.
Whereas the nail techs in the '90s, we just had to figure it out. We had to figure out that liquid to bar ratio on our own.
Hmm.
Okay, so the education now that they have is amazing to me, because you can always learn something. You can learn something from TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Now you have nail technicians who are mastering nail technology and traveling around the country
Right.
and doing it and having nail classes.
Hmm.
Even, excuse me, even I've done workshops. So I feel like
Hmm.
the new age nail technicians have a way better, yeah, I have better experiences when it comes to education and really furthering out your knowledge, right? I learned doing pink and white, real pink and white.
Hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? White first, pink second.
Yeah.
Okay? That is the hard. If y'all couldn't do that, y'all could not do that today. That's just the truth of the matter.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they did the new way with the pink first, with the white second.
Yeah, yeah. I remember
Um,
the white first and then the pink second. I remember being taught that. Yeah.
yeah. Hey, you gotta be a cold-blooded nail tech to be able to do that and do it perfect. I'm telling you.
Right.
I'm telling you. That's some hard shit. I don't know if we could cuss on here,
Right.
but that shit was hard.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
it's not easy. Yeah.
So it's not easy. So you guys are living in such an amazing, blessed environment right now. Y'all are just going off vibes. Everybody can teach. Y'all just going off vibes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I do love that. And I love seeing educators. Like we still take classes as well. Like I love
Mhm.
taking I still take Tammy Taylor classes.
Mhm.
I love Poochie in
Yeah,
Atlanta.
Poochie's
I'll take
nails.
her class. I've taken Glam. Her name is Chloe.
Yeah,
Glam
glam
Nails
nails, Chloe.
210. That's one of my best snail girls. Like we definitely feed off one another. So it's easier for you guys to master and learn at a quicker pace. If that makes sense. Like it took me years where it could take you guys 12 months. Cause that's what I've noticed with my own students.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as concerned with the laws and regulations, um, I think we get a lot of bad rep about the laws of the land when it comes to state board.
Right. Mm-hmm.
However, I do want to say that it does take, if you really read this book, if you really read your TDLR cosmetology book, excuse me, um, you need to read it. Like, read it. Why? Because it's going to take your business to another level.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to have you be more professional, more have you better on your infection control. How many times you done been to a salon as a nail technician and you see the infection control is at zero? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though it's a lot, it is something that you guys need to read and you need to know these laws. Do I like that sometimes that like they took away the instructor license? Do I like that? No. However, I'm still a nail technician, still a nail school owner. It didn't take too much away from me. Um, but I do think it's something that we do need to read and we need to abide by the laws. Period.
Mm-hmm.
And as nail technicians and licensed nail technicians, you know what you need to do if you have a problem with the laws? Go to the meetings.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been to one of those state board meetings
I
before?
have not.
So if you've never been, and I'm not talking about you as a person, but if you've never been to a meeting, your voice is not being heard.
Mm-hmm.
I go to those meetings. You want to know how many of us is in that meeting?
How many?
No nail techs, period. It may
Wow.
be one or two nail techs. So I feel as though take your business to the next level. And that is a part of your business going to those meetings. I go. And they know me by my name. Hey, Miss Coco, what got nails doing? Hey. Cause y'all need to see me. Because when I'm emailing y'all, I need you to know exactly who I am. So if you have any complaints, go to those meetings and voice your complaint. Vote.
Right.
Vote as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the senators, it's the people who have nothing to do with cosmetology that's making these laws. So make yourself known and go to those meetings in your state. And that's really that's that on the cool.
Mm.
Go to those meetings if you got a problem. You got a problem, go to the
Yeah,
meetings.
yeah, yeah, absolutely, most definitely. So I want to get into as far as the nail industry. What are some things you like about the nail industry, and what are some things you think the nail industry could be improved on?
So, what I love about the nail industry is the friendships that I have built and the relationships that I have built with other nail technicians and the opportunities that I have gotten. I've gotten a lot of opportunities. When I stepped out on faith and moved from Nashville, Tennessee to Houston, man, the opportunities just kept coming to me. Like
Right.
teaching, instructing for Bronner Brother. That was
Wow.
amazing
Wow. How was
to
that?
me. Oh my God. It was just me thinking about it. I still talk to some of my students. I just had one of my girls to inbox me yesterday, no BS,
Hmm.
the picture of me and her at my Bronner Brother class. My hair was this short. I had a pixie cut. So that had to be about 10 years
Oh,
ago.
wow.
And she calls me, Ma, I just love you. I miss you. Bronner Brother was it really brought the instructor out of me. Like
Mm.
it made me create a curriculum. It
Mm.
made me create a lesson plan,
Right.
right? Like I wasn't just coming in and teaching. Come sit down, Asia, do this. No,
No. Yeah.
it
Right.
was like, I have okay, so now I had theory. I had like
Yeah.
Bronner Brother, Premiere, those type of situations brought my expertise up. And
Right.
shout out to Poochie because Poochie is the young lady who brought me on. So that was that relationship. I love my friends who do nails. Like I have a whole clique. And we're not cliquish, but Nita from Atlanta, Chloe, Rudy from Nashville, Poochie, Miami. Man, just nail techs in general.
Right.
Chris from Buff. That's my dog. Like for real, for real. Like we're friends. Her daughter calls me Annie. Like
Aw.
that's what I love about the nail industry is that the friendships and the relationships that I have built, I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for those relationships. And like I
Mhm.
said, Poochie was the one who got me on with Bronner Brothers.
Mhm.
Now, what I think that we can improve on would be the open mindedness. And to be open to learn and also to join other nail technicians for motivation. I noticed that the younger community, they not like that. They beefing. Like, why are we even, I don't understand. I don't understand the negativity.
Mhm.
When really you should be cool with them. I mean, I really don't understand that at all.
Mhm.
Um I think that if nail techs would befriend more nail technicians,
Mhm.
that actually that their expertise will grow.
Mhm.
I noticed that my students, they end up being best friends after this. Like they literally have friends. Now they're going to brunch and hanging out together. They're taking nail classes together. It's no competition. Nail techs don't compete. When did that start? That wasn't when I was doing nails back in the day. We didn't compete. We hung out with each other. We made money together. So I feel as though if we can get back to that, I can imagine how much money will be made in our community.
Mhm.
Because right now the beefing, the talking about one another, like it's I don't understand it at all. So I
Mhm.
actually have kind of stepped back a
Right.
little bit.
Mhm.
To be honest, I used to be out. Now I'm stepping back because I don't want I don't want that for us, and I definitely don't want that for me. Having a problem with another woman doing nails or just another woman in
Mhm.
period, another woman period. So
Mhm.
open mindedness and just open to build relationships with other nail technicians, I think would be great for our community right now.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Definitely building relationships is very, very important. And you brought up a very good point because I think, within our community in particular, it's always this back and forth, and it doesn't need to be. I think there has to be a thing where us as Black people in the nail industry space, when we get together and collab, share different perspectives and things like that. Now, that doesn't mean we're gonna all fully agree, but I mean, it's like,
Right.
like we have to get more into coming together no matter what part of the diaspora we're from. Like we're, Black, here, from America or from Africa or from the Caribbean somewhere and things like that. I think there has to be more of a camaraderie and more of a
It does.
togetherness, internationally as a Black male community.
Man, what's up? You ain't said nothing but a word. And the with me, because my students are mostly black and brown,
Hmm.
I feel like black and brown need to come together.
Hmm.
Not just black. I think sometimes we box ourselves in as a people when really and truly the Hispanics has been doing nails a long time and they are just coming out the woodworks when really they've been doing this.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if we can all join together, and
Hmm.
that's what I love about my school is because you see these girls coming from two different cultures and they're friends. They
Hmm.
wouldn't have done that. They wouldn't have done that on their own.
Hmm.
And that's just the truth of the matter. Nails is love, baby. Nails bring people together. Nails saved my life.
Hmm.
And so I met so many people through nail technology that didn't look like me, and I'm okay with that. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And they supported me. So I just feel like um we just need to come together like you said. I think it'll be super good for us.
Hmm.
All of us.
I want to get into as far as like the journey of being a nail educator and nail tech. So, what are some of the things you found most rewarding, in your nail career?
Well, right now, the most rewarding is seeing my babies.
Mhm.
Like, so first of all, and I don't want to say backstory, but backstory, this is my journal. And
Mhm.
I wrote, and this is just so you can see. I wrote everything that's happening now in this journal some years ago.
Mm.
So my in this journey was making my heart so full is that it's actually happening. I wrote in this book that I want my students to become friends and have a camaraderie and learn together and become friends and genuinely like each other. That's happening. Like for real. Like they are cliquish. And I don't mean in a bad way.
Right. Mhm.
Like they call each other sisters. And this may be a black and a brown girl. This may
Mhm.
be a white and a black girl. It don't even matter.
Mhm.
Nails brought them together.
Mhm.
um I said I want my graduates to come back and love on me. Who do you go back to your school? I don't forgot the name of the school, okay? So I love that my graduates come back and they'll chill. Oh, I'm coming to the school today, Miss Coco. I'm gonna come practice nails and help the students.
Mhm.
I wrote that down.
Mm.
um
Mm.
I love seeing my best reward is seeing my students graduate, get a job, and make some money.
Mhm.
You know how many nail technicians got a license that's broke as hell? That ain't doing no nails
Mm.
because they feel as though they cannot do it. They feel they're scared.
Mhm. Right.
I love that my students, we help them get a job. So you got job placement. You making money. Like I didn't make money until maybe 5 years into me moving to Houston. I didn't make money to really do nothing. It took me a while. So for me able to see my students, my graduates
Mhm.
make money within that first year, that is a miracle.
Mm.
Like for
Right.
real. That's a miracle.
Mhm.
So that right there warms my heart. And like I said, I wrote all of this down. It's in here. If you was in front of me, I'll show you where I wrote that. And I also wrote it as if it was already done. I'm thankful for my students making $1,000 a week when they graduate. I'm thankful that they like all of this, like it's here, even though boom, boom, boom. I'm thankful.
Mhm.
All of this is about the school. And I wrote this probably 2021, 2020, and
Mm.
I still have this book. So that's what has making me know that this is all God. I want people to see God and
Absolutely.
how good He is
Mhm.
when it comes to seeing God Nails University, because that's all it is, Asia. Because to see them be successful, I have hired three of my graduates.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've hired three of them to be an instructor because I
Wow.
see so much in them. I hired one. Come to find, guess what? She has a master's degree in education.
Wow.
Oh, you want to work? Fill out an app. You feel me? Like I'm hiring from within. I wrote that in that book.
Mhm.
So seeing, Lord, thank you, God, being able to witness my prayers being answered in real time,
Mhm.
baby, you can only imagine.
Mhm.
So right now, I'm just actually, ooh, I got a little lump in my throat. I'm just really, I'm a G, I'm a G. No,
Yeah.
but just witnessing I'm living in answered prayers.
Mhm.
And just seeing that my students and my graduates are just doing well for themselves. And this is like percentage wise, I'm gonna say about 80%.
Mhm.
And that's amazing because when you look at the percentage in cosmetology for real, and this is something that you can Google,
Mhm.
probably only about 20% actually goes out and does hair or nails.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's really have been, and they popping. They popping.
Right.
They popping and they busting. They could do nails for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like they could do nails for real. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you in a minute. Like these girls can really. They putting in the work. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm really blessed to witness. Like I said, my answered prayers.
Yeah, absolutely, most definitely. So I want to get into as far as life and mental health. So how have you been able to balance being a nail tech and a nail educator with life and mental health?
Well, first and foremost, I am a mother.
Mm-hmm.
I am a wife.
Mm-hmm.
Um, School owner, nail tech, friend, sister, cousin. When it comes to my mental health, I go to therapy
Mm-hmm.
bi-weekly. I have a therapist.
Mm-hmm.
My mom is a recovering addict as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always went to Al-Anon meetings. I stopped for a while and now I'm going back with her, going to Al-Anon meetings.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but my mental health, I read my Bible,
Mm-hmm.
I hold myself accountable. But definitely therapy. I think that all of us need some type of therapy to talk to people and get that shit off your chest, man. Get it off your chest.
Right.
Um, I do go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
I love working out. I started working out in my 40s. I'm 48. I started doing the gym like my 39th birthday because I wanted to be so fine for my 40th.
Right.
I'm gonna take me a photo shoot. And
Right.
um from there I ended up loving the gym. I went to the gym this morning. Like gym is awesome when it comes for your mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And just a secret, when I work out, I listen to sermons, I listen to affirmations,
Mm-hmm.
I listen to books. So when I'm working out, I'm actually feeding myself with positivity. Now, I can't lie, y'all. I may, after that 15 minutes, put on Jeezy or something, to get my blood boiling.
Right.
But most of it is good. I'm gonna put that trap music on about 15 minutes after
Right. Yeah.
when it's time to go. But I definitely listen to affirmations and good books. I love Mel Robbins, Sarah Jakes, and certain people like that to listen to help me for the day. And I work out like at 6 o'clock in the morning. I feel like that helps me out with my mental as well because when I walk in the school, I'm positive. I praised my temple. I praised God. I've prayed. I've talked to God. Like I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever.
Absolutely.
And reading
Mm-hmm.
self-improvement books
Mm-hmm.
are my main thing, for real. But definitely, you guys, therapy is nothing wrong with it. Hopefully people see you show this on the interview, this part, that if black people, and I don't want to always just say black people who think that therapy is a myth and it does not work, please try it out. We have been through so much as a person, from your personal traumas and whatnot, your disappointments and the shit you thought you were supposed to get that you didn't get, and all that, your heart breaks. Go to therapy. I'm telling you, it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna help you out, and it's gonna.
Right.
You want to live the soft life? You can't live the soft life if you ain't been to therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta heal. So definitely that therapy is an amazing piece of my life, in the gym for sure.
Yeah, and absolutely. I think, what I like about nowadays is that there's more conversation surrounding mental health, and that's very, very important. And what I like about what you do is you bring people together. It
Mhm.
doesn't matter where they come from. It's saying, hey, I
Mhm.
want you guys to, come together, and you guys can work together and collaborate and go to
Mhm.
classes together. And that is something that
Mhm.
I think that's what the world needs a lot more, just in general, not even just in the industry in a general sense, but just the
In
world
general.
just in general. Yeah. And I think the more people come together, the more people are supportive of one another, especially in terms of not only what's happening in their careers in the industry, but like it's in everyday life, especially mentally, emotionally, and things like that.
Mhm.
I think community is very,
Mhm.
very important.
It is. And I feel like right now, from 2000 to 2005, I feel as the US as a whole has been through so much. We are all going through the same trauma, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
all of us,
Mm-hmm.
all of us have went through the same thing from 2020 to 2025 on top of our personal stuff.
Right.
We need it. We need the therapy right now because we're going through a lot. Whether you think you are or not, subconsciously you are. We're so numb. We
Yeah.
can watch people getting killed on social
Right.
media.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
We shouldn't be able to do that.
No.
That we shouldn't be able to be okay with that.
No.
We shouldn't be okay with seeing people fighting. I hate the baddies. That's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
That's the dumbest show ever known. Tell them I said it. Because
Mm-hmm.
y'all fighting and you watching it, that's gonna affect your mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You think that this is what you're supposed to do? No.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the world right now, all not even just the US, the whole earth is going through something.
Right. Yeah.
The whole earth.
Absolutely.
No one is exempt.
Right.
So you need to, man, you need to go to therapy right now. You need to run
Mm-hmm.
and go to therapy so that you can deal with what's happening now and what's going to happen. Are you prepared mentally for what's going to happen? And I don't mean no type of conspiracy type of stuff. We're talking about just your future as a person. Stuff is going to continuously happen, and we need to be mentally prepared for it. And we have to set examples, good examples. We don't have to go. We don't have to crash out on every damn thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now I can't crash out. It's just now I have the tools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, right. Absolutely, most definitely. Last but not least, where could people find Got Nails University on social media? How can people support your nail school and also enroll?
Okay, thank you for asking that. So we are on all social media platforms. Got Nails, GOTNAILS University, on TikTok, Instagram. If we had MySpace, it would be on MySpace. Like it's on,
Yeah, right.
it's on every social media platform. And you can find us, of course, on the Google. You can Google us, Got Nails University website, gotnailsuniversity.com. Kept it simple. Everything across the board is Got Nails University. My personal Instagram page is Got Nails, GOTNAILS, by Coco. But like I was telling Asia earlier, I'm about to kind of rebrand a little bit, and it's going to be called, I don't know yet. I was thinking Jefferson, Audrey
Mm-hmm.
Jefferson. I would like, for me being a CEO, I want to be called my name, Audrey. Audrey means noble and in strength. And I think it's just an appropriate name for who I am right now in this moment. So
Mm-hmm.
just be on the lookout for that. But definitely follow me now on Got Nails by Coco on Instagram.
All right, that's absolutely
I'm
wonderful.
not on TikTok though.
Yeah,
The school on TikTok, but not me
yeah,
personally.
yeah, absolutely, most definitely. Well, thank you so much, Audrey, for jumping on. I love what you're doing. I really enjoyed our conversation. Thank you for sharing your perspective, but also your experience in the industry and things like that. I really enjoyed also talking about like mental health and how bringing people together is very, very important. So I really thank you for this conversation.
Man, I thank you too, Asia. Thank you for like doing this for the nail tech community. I've been watching you from afar for a while. You're a genius. You're like super smart. And I just love what you're doing for our community. Make sure that you keep it up. Make sure that you don't get discouraged because we need people like you in this industry, baby. And I just wanted to tell you personally, thank you so much for just engaging with us. Thank you so much for showing the world who we are. And I'm just really proud of you. Keep it going. And I can't wait to see more of you. And you should be teaching. I think you're an instructor. I can see instructor in you. So if you ever come to Houston, definitely pull up to Got Nails University. We would love for you to teach one of the classes of your amazing art. I think you're really dope. So thank you again for this opportunity. It means a lot to me.
And that's awesome. Thank you. Take care.
All right, babe. Have a great
You
day.
too. Bye bye. Hello everybody, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the bell for notifications. Also follow me on my social media platforms. And be on the lookout for more interviews to come very soon. Take care, stay healthy, and stay beautiful. Bye-bye.